What's up, guys? Leaving the Super Target in Tuscaloosa. The last, well, next to last full day I'm going to be here. Figured I would show you something pretty neat. Well, neat in a way and not neat in another way. But on April 27th of last year, I don't know if many of you guys know, a huge, massive tornado ripped through Tuscaloosa. An F4 and F5, I can't remember the exact classification. I think it's actually been debated, but killed, I think, close to 50 people just in Tuscaloosa in like 7 minutes. Ripped through 15th Street, which I'm going to show you, which is the most populated area of Tuscaloosa, the most densely populated area. Me and Chelsea were luckily 2 or 3 miles from the center of the tornado. We were fine. One of my friends was actually in the heart of the tornado, and I was watching the tornado from Tuscaloosa Tower Cam, which was being broadcast on TV, and I was actually recording the footage, and when it went right over him, it was a bad feeling because I thought I was watching my friends die. Luckily, he was in a concrete parking garage, which has a vertical shaft, which is pretty much just cinder blocks in a vertical tube that goes up all the floors of the parking garage. It's pretty much a concrete box with a metal door. He was in there, and they were safe. So, coming up on McFarland Boulevard, which is where the tornado crossed, as soon as I cross McFarland Boulevard, I'll be on 15th Street. Tornado ripped all through here. There used to be many houses behind this tree line back here. You'll see in just a second. Now it's just barren wasteland. All this is being built back. There was tons of buildings right here. They're all gone now. This big empty lot was a CVS, a Full Moon Barbecue, which is actually being rebuilt across the street. Tons of stuff here, but the tornado came from this way, went all across here, and went up through there all the way to Birmingham, Alabama, which is pretty amazing. God, I hope that wasn't out of focus this whole time. But anyway, right at this intersection up here is actually where the tornado crossed McFarland Boulevard and 15th Street simultaneously. There's DCH Hospital, which was mostly unscathed. As soon as we get through this red light, I'll show you more. Me and Chelsea, a tornado actually hit where we live that morning, about half a mile from where our apartment is, and we had no power most of that day. We got power back around 2 hours before the next tornado hit, which was the big one, the one that devastated Tuscaloosa. So we got power back about 2 hours before most of the rest of the population of Tuscaloosa lost their power. After the tornado hit, it took us about 2 or 3 hours to get the 2 or 3 miles to my friend that was in the tornado. We actually housed him because he had lost water and power, obviously. This is where the tornado crossed. All this out here, which is now just a concrete slab, all this back here were houses, businesses, and they were literally wiped off the face of the earth. These buildings right here being built back, all of those were just foundations. They were absolutely, literally nothing. All of this was barren wasteland. I'll actually try and put together a slideshow of pictures of this place, what it looked like the day after the tornado. It was devastated, and that's the only word you can use. It was devastated. Going to take you through what used to be a little neighborhood. After the tornado, Obama came down here and saved the day. I really don't know why he came down here, but back there was a pharmacy where people were looting medicine. All this used to be houses. All this you see used to be houses. There's still people rebuilding. Keep in mind, this is over a year later. Over a year later. But used to be houses. All these are new new builds. This is where most of the people died, right here. It came through at full strength and absolutely ripped this whole place to shreds. I'm going to stop right here for a second. All of this area you can see, any of these houses that are up right now are rebuilds. None of this existed. None of it. It was foundation, wreckage, just devastation. All of it. This lake was full of pieces of people's houses, vehicles. The vehicles, it was amazing. There were pieces of vehicles, vehicles lodged in buildings. It was amazing, the power of this thing. It was really amazing. It took a big billboard, which is essentially a steel tube, which is about 30 inches in diameter. Not in diameter, about 30 inches across. I don't even know the diameter. But it took that steel tube and completely bent it over and warped it, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. The strength of the tornado. Anyway, all this was just devastated homes. All that you see are rebuilds. That's not stuff that survived. It's rebuilds. And this is where most of the loss of life was. All this rebuilds. Rebuilds, rebuilds, rebuilds. Now, I'm going to try and get back up to 15th before I lose space to record on, and I'm going to go back up 15th. There's the school. It actually hit the school, although it wasn't at full strength yet. I don't think any of the students there died, but a couple UA students did die, unfortunately. It was surreal watching the tornado on the TV, knowing that people right up the road for you are literally dying as you're watching it. It was a weird feeling. Anyway, be patient, and I will get you back to 15th, and we'll go back up the street and let you see it. I took pictures of the devastation the next day after the tornado, but I think I may have lost those pictures. I don't know, though. If I did, I'm going to be pretty upset about it. Should have taken video, but hindsight is 20/20. It was honestly shocking and kind of emotional to see all the stuff that was going on, and knowing you could see the triage marks. I don't know what they're called, the search and rescue X's, where they go through and list how many occupants were in the house, if any of them were fatalities, stuff like that. And seeing all that and just knowing you could see a mark where they had pulled a body out of a house, it was just kind of an emotional thing. This is where the tornado crossed. It went this direction up towards Birmingham, but literally all of this was gone. I mean, nothing was left. All this barren area that you see up here was literally wall-to-wall buildings, homes, businesses. I mean, keep in mind this was the most densely populated area of Tuscaloosa, and now it's a barren wasteland. This whole shot that you can see to that hospital up there, that was nothing but homes. Nothing but homes. You couldn't see that hospital before the tornado hit because there was buildings and trees and homes in the way. All that concrete that you see were buildings. All this has been rebuilt. The McDonald's, all that was left of the McDonald's was a pipe sticking out of the ground squirting water, and there were some hamburger patties laying on the ground, and that was all that was left. All that green that you see out there were homes. This taco casa has been rebuilt. That apartment right there was mostly left unscathed, but one whole wall was missing, so the back wall, so you could literally see into people's apartments. It was amazing that the tornado ripped the wall completely off the building, yet the stuff inside were was left pretty much unscathed. There was still pictures on the wall, sheets on the bed. It's just weird to think that it had enough power to rip the wall off the building, but it left the stuff inside unscathed. It was bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. All this was buildings. One of the most popular restaurants in Tuscaloosa was right there on that slab, but it's gone now. Hasn't been rebuilt. Full Moon Barbecue that you see right there was across the street. Just a bad day for Tuscaloosa. If you want to see the tornado, what it looked like, Google April 27th, tornado Tuscaloosa, and you can see. But all this back here still devastated. There's the shot of it. All this was homes and businesses. There was a Big Lots and a Hobby Lobby up there, but it's gone now, completely wiped off the face of the earth. All that was houses. In case you didn't can't understand by now, it was bad. Killed a lot of people. Did it really fast, and it was really scary. Even for us, not being in the center of it, it was a life-changing event, because the path of storms when they hit Tuscaloosa comes directly towards where we stay. It goes to Northport every single time, and as far as we had known, the tornado was still headed to us when we took shelter, so we were sitting there just waiting on this killer tornado to hit us, and it never did, thank God. But it was an emotional day, and it's definitely changed mine and Chelsea's life forever, because it's something that you never expect to experience, but we did experience. We were close enough that the atmosphere smelled different after the tornado. I don't know if it was gas lines breaking or what, but the whole city smelled like rotten eggs. I mean, the second I walked outside, it smelled like rotten eggs, and it did for a couple days after that. I don't know what that was about, but it was strange. But anyway, just figured I would shoot this video and let you guys see that before we move, because this is the second to last full day we have here. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry for making it so long, but maybe it was interesting. Maybe I'll do a story time about the day, the actual day, what happened and what went on. It's a pretty interesting story. But anyway, Black Warrior River, not really, as you can see much of it. Water, pretty fascinating. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.